this, right? And then you know to come in and get a copy and staple it together. Okay. Question 2, what is the height of a triangle with a base of 8 and an area of, I meant to say 36 square meters. Okay. Sorry, this is centimeters, never mind. This one down here was supposed to be square meters. We're going to convert later on, but not yet. Okay. So we want the base, we want the height, sorry, given the base and the area of a triangle. Okay, so you should know to go and get that formula, right? 2 times area of triangle divided by base. That's what it's going to be. So it's 2 times 36 divided by 8. And what is that? 9 centimeters. So we got it. Okay. Next, what is the base of a triangle? That's what's asked of us. If the height is this and the area is that. And again, we're talking triangle here. So to get the base, we go 2 times area of triangle divided by height. So it's 2 times 30.5 divided by 12.2. So that is what? 61 divided by 12.2. That's 5 meters. Make sure you get your units right. Okay. So there we have those two. So in this case, right, if you have a triangle, they were asking for the height and they had given you that this is 8 and also the total area. So you found the height, and this one you found the base. All right. Next, we have, they want the perimeter and the area of the following two shapes. Okay. So it's up to you what you want to do here. I'm going to cut it right here. That's 1, that's 2. So for 1, I'm going to say that I'm figuring out the area here. Okay. And it's 20 times 25. And the second portion is 40 times 35. And this is 500. This is 1400, right? I'm going to double check that. Yeah. So total area is 1900 square millimeters. Okay. And you can't see that, but there it is. Okay. The perimeter, right? 35. It's 35 times 2 because you're going to come back here. Plus 2 times this because you're traveling up and down, like you're traveling up this way and then down that way again. So 40 and 20 tells us that this is 60 here. So it's plus 2 times 60. So let's see if you got the same as I did. So that's 70 plus 120. So perimeter is 190 millimeters. Okay. So you got that. We're going to cut it here. This is the U shape. I did have this in your notes. So what's going to be easier here? It really doesn't matter, but let's say you cut it here. Let's cut it here and here. Okay. So you got 1, 2, and 3. The other option would be to subtract here. Like if you find the whole rectangle and you subtract that little sliver that's coming in, or that chunk, then you get the same thing, right? So for 1, we have 1.2 times 6.4. For the second piece here, we have a bit of a problem here. So we're going to figure out this stretch here, knowing that This is 5.6 here. If we subtract these two, we'll get that from 5.6. So I'm going to make an arrow, right, that I'm calculating that. That's 5.6 minus 1.2 minus 0.8. And this is 2, so that'd be 3.6. So now I know that this stretch is 3.6. And how can I figure out this side right here? I'm going to use a different color. I'm going to take 6.4, right, and subtract 5.8 from 6.4 to give me that little sliver there. So maybe this was a little harder than doing it a different way. So 6.4 minus 5.8, and that's 0.6. So for this little piece here, it's 3.6 times 0.6. A lot of work. 0.8 times 6.4. And it doesn't matter which one you do first, right? And now let's calculate that. 7.68, 2.16, that's 512. So total area would be 1496 centimeters squared. All right. Perimeter. This one is a little tricky because it's not a staircase. You're actually, right, you're traveling this way and then back down and then back up and then, right, like, so it's doubling up here. So you can't just do what I did here, right? So let's just start at this corner here and travel, right? 6.4 plus 1.2 plus 5.8 plus, I figured out that this is 3.6 plus another 5.8 plus 0.8 plus 6.4 plus 5.6. So I literally just traveled all around this. There are shorter ways of doing that, but I am making sure you understand what's happening. $35.6 centimeters. Is that what you're getting for this? Yeah? Okay. I don't want to make a mistake on live television, right? Okay. Backside. Oh. Okay. The perimeter of a trapezoid is a little different, Christopher. You'll see now that I do it. There's no formula, unfortunately. So it would just be adding up the sides like that. Okay. So the area would be, if you use the formula, right? 15 plus, you got to be careful. 15 and 7 is 22. So this is 15 plus 22 times the height, which is 12, divided by 2. Okay? 15 and 22, some mental math there. That's 37 times 12 divided by 2. So that is 222 centimeters squared. If you split this up, you should get the same thing. Okay? This would be 6 times 7, 42. 12 times 12 is 144 plus another 30. Yeah. So you get the same thing. To get the perimeter here, we would start here and travel across. That's 22 plus 14 plus 15 plus 12. Right? So boom, 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 right? That's 63 centimeters. 63 centimeters for the perimeter. And here, again, you have to determine how you want to do this. But if you cut it here, this is not a full trapezoid. This one right here is, but not the whole thing. It's a composite shape. Same with this one, but this one you could identify that together the triangle and the rectangle make a trapezoid. Here you can't. So for one area of a trapezoid, you figure out what this is. This is 14 and 19. So that's 33 here up top. So 33 plus 52 times the height. What's the height of this thing? That's a problem, right? Well, you have 37 going from top to bottom here, and you have 23 on this side. So 37 minus 23 is 14. That's what this is. And that is the height of the trapezoid. This is 585 times 14 divided by 2. That's 595. I told you I usually set it up first and then I calculate, but it doesn't really matter. 23 times 19. That's 437. And if you did it a different way and get the same answer, it's actually exactly what I would like to happen for you to see that it is the same no matter which way you go. Okay, now let's do the perimeter. I'm going to start at this corner here, 37 plus 19 plus 23 plus 14 plus 23 plus 52. Okay, 37. I get 168. 168 meters. I'm recording this, so if I'm going a little bit too fast, make sure you go through it later on and you double check, okay? I just don't want to run out of time. 7, the following diagram is the wall that is going to be painted. Remember, painting requires area. The windows and their frames are not to be painted. In order to calculate the amount of paint needed, determine the surface area of the wall, excluding, so that means like removing the area of the windows. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So the total area here to be painted would be 1 minus 2 minus 3. Right, you're going to subtract the windows from it. I think we can do this in one shot, right? So 20 times 10 would be the area of 1 minus the area of the second one is just a 2 by 2. Just doing it all in one shot. The area of the third one would be 2 times 4. So 10 times 20 would be 200 minus 2 times 2 is 4 minus 2 times 4 is 8. This is 12, so it's 188 square feet to be painted. So it's basically what we've been doing, right? Like sometimes it's adding, sometimes it's subtracting, and that's what we're going to be doing more tomorrow. All right, so your homework is to make sure your study sheet is updated with all the formulas that I've talked about. Go through your notes and scan through it. Do I have all the formulas that go with a triangle? Do I have all the formulas that go with a circle? Do I have the trapezoid? Do I have the rectangle? All of those ready to go, okay? Do I have the semicircle, right? So forth. So that's it. You can log off. Have a good day, guys.